We've been waiting for it all season long, and we finally get to say welcome to Championship Weekend in Madison. Just off the edge of the downtown capital sits mystical Breeze Stevens Field in Chicago and Colorado. Get us started this first semifinal between the Midwest champs Chicago and the West Division champs.
Really impactful in the assist categories.
And what a game Matt Jackson had against Salt Lake, but an early mistake here. Well, it was the story of the Minnesota game last week. They turned it over too many times early. Deep shot for Tim Schock. He's there. And Joe White connects on his half-field shot. The Union take a 2-0 lead.
And
Arders to Shanahan, who lofts it long, testing Spicer, Giannis, and Spicer, and Cody Spicer has the block for the Summit.
Megan, you talked about why.
Matt Jackson has to leave his feet to keep that possession alive. And he'll rip one across the field, shooting it for Feiner in the end zone.
Feiner's a great deep receiver. He's got the speed. And with Jackson putting that cross-field shot, you see it across the AUDL. You can put it cross-field away from the defense.
And obviously the Shred had their chances against these Summit.
Colorado trying to sag the lanes, just constrict the field a little bit more.
Barker floating it over the defense. Sam Kaminsky surrounded, and he comes up with it in between defenders, skying Sam Kaminsky for the score.
Sometimes it's really great offense that beats the defense, and sometimes it's just athletes making plays. Sam Kaminsky, he's been great in the backfield. Not normally the deep threat, but here going up against. Off of him, put him on again, and then now it seems like they're just content to continue to do that.
Looking for Jeff Weiss, big size. Weiss not in, but a quick little lefty for Paul Arders and the conversion.
The switching is going well for Colorado.
And they will not convert.
Just a little too casual.
Quickly, nether cut to the back corner. Feiner runs out of room. Speaking of too casual.
But that's, we've talked about this. Chicago putting together everything.
Dalton Smith's huck downfield, finding Nick Pappas. 4 blocks in the Central title game for Pappas. Right back to Smith. Over to White. Neither Dalton Smith nor Joe White played a ton during the regular season, but they are experienced anchors of a line, and it's Pappas, the 21-year-old wonderkind that has Chicago's second break. There were 12 quarters plus overtime. The only buzzer beater we saw was in the first quarter of the first game. Marquez Brownlee to Mike Drost. Looking for Jeff Weiss here. And a nice shot from Arders, who's had a fine first quarter himself.
Paul Arders. I mean, there's so much to say about his ability to just finish a point for Chicago. So fast and athletic.
Look at Joe White scan the field. You can tell he just wants to throw the hammer. He wants to throw the finishing goal.
And I'll tell you, it's impressive to see the Chicago Union work right now. Nate Goff wide open for another Chicago break. The coaching staff showing patience and trust, not taking the timeout, letting the Union D-line run.
It's a good gamble if it works.
Floater to the middle of the field, and it's off the fingertips of Seth Ferris. Barker is all alone going deep. Tatum giving chase, but he's got no chance. Giannis to Barker. Another Union break. I mean, do you want him to take charge more? What do you want to see from the Colorado O-line for them to find a groove?
I think they've just got to be willing to work it a little bit more.
Jackson shooting it for Brunker. Back of the end zone. He's got it. So it could have been a 6-goal game. Summit back within 4. Jeff Weiss, Matt Agee, Alex Tatum's on Joe White. Seth Ferris on Ross Barker. Buckholz is on Arders. And shooting it deep for Weiss. Agee hunting. Weiss has the goal for the Union.
What a seeing eye throw. Arders threw this, and Jeff Weiss was not on track to get it, but it was thrown with such great velocity and spin. It's like kind of that back shoulder fade that you sometimes see in other sports. Arders knows, hey, I've seen that cut before. I know where it's going. I'll put it out here. One of those elite players.
One of the big reasons he wanted to play in the AUDL this year is because he loves playing at Breese-Stevens Field. Quinn Finer narrowly keeps it up with a sensational bid, and he's shaken up. Well, Finer was involved in a scary play in the finale against Portland where he suffered a concussion. A convincing statement half for the Chicago Union, the Central Division champs. Brunker throws it away. Union are out of timeouts, but they've got 4 breaks already. Joe White going deep for the 5th, and he's got it.
Tim Schock is showing off his Carlton tattoo. Loving the connection between his Carlton teammate. Good possession here, getting the pace they wanted out of it, but if Chicago scores this, that's tough. After you have that golden opportunity.
Arders with a stall count rising, hits Rutledge wide open.
You just need that emotion. You need that passion. You need that belief to come back that you can win this game. And
oh my.
That's not going to do it.
Joe White, the easy interception. Nick Pappas is not in yet. Dalton Smith to Joe White, and it's 13-5. It's gone.
Because while I think Chicago's game plan has been great, it hasn't been this great.
Finer looking for Frood, and Jay Frood with his first goal of the game.
Classic in cut to a speed. Dalton Smith read the play, though. He was playing free safety. You can see him. He's just watching eyes right now and slowly getting to his man.
Nethercutt looking for Frood. Nate Goff looking for the block. And Frood comes up with it. Back-to-back goals for Jay Frood. Chicago, on the other hand, is replicating their offensive performance from a week ago, despite a couple early turnovers.
Just really balanced. When you can't pinpoint who's the best player on a given offense.
A floater. Spicer from behind gets a piece, and it's out of bounds. A chance, perhaps a slight opening here for Colorado. Because she wanted her entire family coming in from out of town to see him play. What a woman.
That is really cool.
Hammer for the break. First of the night for the Summit. And a glimmer of hope for Colorado. Jackson over for Frood with 14. Back to Maddie. 8 seconds over the top. Shooting for Brunker. That's a fine find from Maddie Jackson.
You got to wonder if that means they're conserving legs just on the O-line. That first D-line came over when Chicago got broken.
Nethercutt looking for Landisman. Reed Martin there defensively. And Martin gets the block. And a quick, immediate timeout again from the Chicago. Every second here, though, is precious. The clock keeps ticking, and that was an insane block. Asher Lance,
Wow.
welcome to Showtime. Timeout, Chicago, which will give us a chance to view. Parker
Wow.
to the end zone for Joe White. That's the 8th Chicago break.
Joe White playing a little bit of a magic trick on his teammate, Tim Schock.
For the first time in franchise history, the Chicago Union are on their way to the AUDL Championship game as they take down Colorado with a convincing 19-14 win here in Madison. From start to finish, they were the better team, and they will await the winner of New York and Carolina tomorrow night.